what we do essentially is we add value to microfinance. So a lot of microfinancial institutions have been working with women who lack credit history, lack collateral to get a formal financial loan, and bringing them together into groups and providing them with small loans to help them develop a business and become more independent, have work outside of the home, generate their own incomes and all those kinds of things. However, what we do is to take that one step further and address some of the additional needs. So I don't have time to talk about all of our projects. We're working in a number of different countries, but I'm going to highlight one project which is in Guatemala. So we're working in an area which is a rural indigenous Mayan communities. The average woman has 6 to 8 children. She is illiterate, never had any chance to engage with her community outside of the home, and 80% of the births are actually taking place in the home, attended by unskilled midwives who don't have materials. So you can imagine that this is a recipe for disaster, and if you are only providing people with a small loan, that's not going to be enough in and of itself to help people rise out of poverty, help women to empower themselves. So we're training traditional midwives. We are providing health and basic education classes together with the microloans. So when a group of women get together to receive their loan, they also get training on something like their self-esteem, something like domestic violence prevention strategies. And again, we're also working with men on those issues because you can't just focus on the women and expect that to make a change. One of the key problems in the community is a lack of access to any type of sexual reproductive health rights for women. They don't have condoms, or if they do have access to them, then their partners are unwilling to use them. Alcoholism is huge among indigenous men in that area, and so is domestic violence. So those are all serious concerns, but they're all ones that are connected. So we're taking a holistic approach to reducing poverty and helping women to empower themselves and engage with their communities more. Our projects are principally funded by the Canadian International Development Agency, Canadian government, and by certain foundations and individual donations. We've been working since 1982 in 15 different countries, primarily Latin America and the Caribbean, but also we have projects in India, Southeast Asia, and we've had some projects, although not currently active, in sub-Saharan Africa. So it's a different model of development where you are doing something that will generate income and become self-sustainable through the micro-lending, but then also incorporating within that additional needs that people have to more holistically address poverty. So if anyone's interested in talking to me afterwards about some of the other contexts where we're working, each project is different based on the context. They're all run by local people. We don't send Canadians to the country. We have indigenous women that speak the Mayan languages, Quechiquel and Quiche, doing the programs, doing the training. So I'd be happy to talk to any one of you about more detail about that, but that's essentially the model that we're using to enable women to move ahead.
Particularly a fair wage. She can look after her family, but it builds her self-esteem. It gives her a voice in the community. It gives her a voice in her home. It gives her some status. That's why 10,000 Villages uses 70% of the producers of our products are women. So 10,000 Villages is a non-profit fair trade organization.